that way?
Yeah, so what I'm trying to have us all just implement rigorously is the sort of 5-step process. First, make your requirements less dumb. Your requirements are definitely dumb. Does not matter who gave them to you. It's particularly dangerous if a smart person gave you the requirements, because you might not question them enough.
Yeah, you might take it as like gospel, like yes. I have to do this thing.
Everyone's wrong, no matter who you are, everyone's wrong some of the time. So make your requirements less dumb. Then try very hard to delete the part or process. This is actually very important. If you're not occasionally adding things back in, you are not deleting enough. Right. The bias tends to be very strongly towards let's add this part or process step in case we need it. But you can basically make in-case arguments for so many things. So you got to delete the part or process step. Super important, and you can't like hedge your bets. Anyway, so step 1, make your requirements less dumb. Step 2, delete the part or process step. If you're not deleting a part or process step at least 10% of the time, basically if you're not adding things back in 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough.
Right.
And then only the third step is simplify or optimize. The third step, not the first step. The reason it's the third step is because it's very common. It's possibly the most common error of a smart engineer is to optimize a thing that should not exist.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And say, well, why would people do that? Well, everyone's been trained in high school and college that you got to answer the question, convergent logic.
Yep. So
you can't tell the professor your question is dumb, that you'll get a bad grade. You have to answer the question.
Yep.
So everyone's basically, without knowing it, they got like mental straitjacket on. That is, they'll work on optimizing the thing that should simply not exist.
Right.
And then finally, you get to step 4, which is accelerate cycle time. You're moving too slowly, go faster. But don't go faster until you have worked on the other 3 things first.
Gotcha.
Like if you're digging, your grave, don't dig it faster. Stop digging your grave.
Right.
But you can always make things go faster. And then the final step is automate.